I'm Gail Guayardo, and welcome to the Free and Cheap Roundtable. We're talking groceries, and I know it's surprising because they're all men at the table, but these guys know how to save. In fact, one blogger here at the table is going to tell us about a 2-year study that's been going on with TBO.com and the Tampa Tribune. This is fascinating.
Yep, for 2 years. My name's Rich Mullins. I write about retail and grocery and things like that for the paper, as well as TBO. For 2 years, we've sent a team out to 5 different grocery stores every Thursday to track 30 different items, same items all through 2 years. So now we have this huge database of prices, and we publish them every week, but we did some data analysis to look at which stores are doing the best at limiting prices. And what we found is there's a huge and growing difference between national chains like Walmart and Target that are at least helping limit food price inflation, and the regional chains like the Publix, Sweetbay, others, that they've had to raise prices a good bit, at least compared to Target and Walmart.
So at the end of the day, real quick, because I know we have a lot of folks, but when people go shopping, are you saying stick with the major, like the Sam's Clubs, the Walmarts? Is that where you're going to get the best deals?
If you only buy the same things every week, all the time, track your prices, but probably the national chains are going to be a little bit better, but their selection might not be as good and their service might not be quite as good. But what we also found is that individual items can be very, very volatile. So these are all online on TBO if you want to go look for it. But to give some example, bacon is the most volatile thing that we track, that and ground beef. So if you're a big bacon fan, it's worth waiting for a sale. Bananas, if you like bananas, buy them all the time. Price is always the same all the time. Butter is just one of those items that has just gone up steadily all the time. And Walmart tends to have a better price, but if you can find a sale, great, but it's pretty steady.
All right, who's next? We got a newbie at the table.
Hi, I'm Jeff Scullin. I'm an editor with the Tampa Tribune and TBO.com. I'm a vegetarian, so I try and eat in season. So one thing that I have found that saves me a lot of money is I try and shop seasonally. So if something is in season, the logic is that it's going to be cheaper, that especially in Florida where we grow a lot of produce, if you can get it, if it doesn't have to be shipped in from California or from Guatemala, it's going to be a lot cheaper here. So this is actually not a good time to be shopping seasonally in Florida because, in the summer not a whole lot grows here. But you can really see the differences in prices. Like Rich was saying, we track these prices, and if you look at strawberries, for example, when strawberries are in season here in the winter and the spring, you can get them for $1. We've seen them for as low as $1 a pint, or even around $2. Now they're about $3.99 at a couple of the stores we track. To your point, Target and Walmart still have them for about $2 a pint, and that just really shows how much buying power they've got. But generally speaking, you're going to do a whole lot better if you can buy what's in season. Right now you can get fresh herbs, you can get red potatoes, and cabbage. Some of the hardier vegetables are going to be in season now, but in a few months we'll start seeing a lot of those crops starting back into the supermarkets, and even more so local produce stands. You're going to get a lot better deals there generally.
All right, we're going to wrap it up with a little bit of advice and a daily deal.
That's from me. I'm Dennis Joyce. I'm one of the editors here at the Tribune and TBO. 2 pieces of advice that may sound a little bit contradictory. One is you want to save money on groceries, make a list, stick with it. The other one is vary the store you shop at now and then, because you might be in a habit that's not saving you money based on where you're shopping right now. Now, as to making the list, it's really amazing to me how we are so susceptible to what the grocery stores try to do in terms of making us buy more. If you go to a store and they've got 3 Pepsis, 3 2-liter bottles of Pepsi for $4, your list says I only need 1. You're going to buy those 3 bottles because they planted the idea in your mind you're not going to save any money, and you're going to end up with more stuff than you need. Surveys from places like Cornell, which has a whole lab that studies grocery psychology, show that we do react to those impulse buying prompts they give us. Don't do it. Another reason it's a bad idea is because you end up putting too much stuff. A piece of advice: know your pantry. One of the things Cornell's also come up with is that we have this idea that our pantry needs stuffing. We end up throwing stuff away over time because we see those impulse. Well, I'll buy 3 bottles of Pepsi and I'll put one of them. We end up throwing them away because we have too much stuff. Know your pantry. Know what you should stock away. And then finally, try a different store now and then. I love shopping at Publix. It is absolutely delightful. I would never describe my experience at Walmart as delightful, but in this day and age, when you're trying to save money, and so many of our readers and audience is, there is no question that if you try out a different store now and then with the idea of saving money, that you may find results better than what you're getting right now, if saving money is your priority.
Daily Deal?
Daily Deal. This one is, boy, the excitement is building over the opening of Legoland over in Winter Park coming October
Winter Haven,
15th. Winter Haven, excuse me, thank you. October 15th. You can, it's true, get in for free if you do a little work at it. No guarantee here, but if you join the VIP, Legoland's VIP club online or by calling the store or visiting the store, they've got one over in downtown Disney, you can get free admission to Legoland. So that's a deal worth looking at. It's going to take you a little bit of work. There's no guarantee. If the park is full and they're turning people away, this little voucher you print out's not going to get you in. But it's worth looking into. $65 entry fee, $55 for kids. So there's a real savings there.
Gentlemen, thank you. Welcome. It's great to have you and great for you to join us again. You can always find us on Facebook. Like us. Search Free and Cheap. And we're always here on TBO.com. We'll see you next week.